Hey guys, welcome to Smart Money Moves. I'm going to be going over XRP today. Of course, it's all the talk as far as winning the case against the SEC. This is obviously massive considering that it put a huge halt on not just XRP and Ripple, but all of crypto. Everyone knows this. Anyone who's in crypto knows this and knows how massive a win this is, not just for XRP, but all of crypto. Having clarity in the market as far as whether it was a security, a currency, commodity is huge because then they can, of course, go ahead and start putting in regulations and laws on how it's going to be handled. And that's massive because then we can actually go ahead and move forward with how we want to invest slash trade this currency among other cryptocurrencies and what they're going to be considered. That way we know tax law and blah, 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 and cross border transactions. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more on this. This channel is going to be focused on all things finances, as far as trading, personal finance, investing, and mindset. I love the markets, and that's what we're going to be going over. So basically, just starting off here, I'm just going to go over just basically what we can possibly see in the upcoming months. What I want to start off with as far as time frame, of course, no one knows the exact time frame or else we would all be millionaires and we wouldn't even need to watch each other's channels on what we think is going to happen because we just know, but we don't know. What I really want to go over is just kind of the time frame here. What I think is going to happen is towards the end of this year, I think that the market is actually going to have a little bit of a hard time and it's going to fall. I don't know how much. I don't know if we're going to see crash type markets. But I do think we're going to fall a bit here. It's going to start to slow down before it ramps up next year. But in the crypto market, I think we're actually going to see a little bit of a gain. Oh, here we go. But yeah, in the crypto market, I think we're actually going to see a little bit of a gain. I don't know how much of a gain, but I do think we're going to see a little bit of a gain. As far as for XRP, we could possibly see it hit its old high. As far as this most recent run, I think I'm thinking of around $1.75 to $1.50. I don't think it's going to be up there in the $3 range. I think that's going to happen after the Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin halving is going to be happening in April of 2024 after the halving, which is basically, of course, the amount of Bitcoin mined is going to be cut in half because we're getting towards the end of the total amount of Bitcoin that can be mined. Um, After that, we're going to see, I think, a huge increase in price on Bitcoin. Once we see Bitcoins run, and of course, I'm sure you've heard all over the fucking internet exactly how high it's going to run. I mean, we saw that one analyst talk about it running up to $1 million in the next 90 days. I think we're past that 90 days now, and of course, it didn't hit $1 million, or we'd all be pretty damn rich. But they did have that prediction. We've seen other analysts have predictions of around 600,000. We've seen a few hedge fund managers call out predictions of 6 to 800,000. And to be honest, I don't think that's impossible. Of course, when we don't know when. I do think that we will definitely see a 4 times increase on Bitcoin. Um, I do think we will. I think 120,000 is not a lot to talk about. I mean, that would be double basically where it was at last time. I'm going to go over right now basically the increases it's had over the years as far as percentage. Of course, that's different from the amount of money that's needed to enter the market to actually push it that high. But now that we actually have clarity, now that we actually are going to be able to start moving forward in the markets with cryptocurrency, it's going to completely change the financial system. And when we start moving over from the SWIFT system, which is what we have now for cross-border transactions, into the cryptocurrency market for cross-border transactions, I mean, yeah, no, we're going to see just a ridiculous price increase because we're gonna have that available to us. And so, basically, the way that the reason it's going to increase is because we're going to be using it obviously for cross-border transactions. But the real reason that it's a benefit to us is because of how small the fees are to go ahead and do a transaction like that and how fast. And XRP, I'm sure as everyone knows, is just stupid fast. 3 to 5 second settle times. I mean, who was it? Um, Rios, I forgot her first name. But the Treasury, basically, she said instead of days and dollars, it's going to be seconds and cents. So instead of having to rely on the market and oh, it's going to settle in the next 3 days, and we basically have to hope that the forex market doesn't move that much, so that we're not losing too much of our transfer. Of whatever whatever that day or that week we're purchasing or trading or whatever it is. There's the split there that we have to worry about. And so, your currency could go from $1 to 80 cents. And now instead of paying $10, you owe, $12, $13. And that's, that cuts into our profit. That cuts into, how much it costs to do business. And so instead of waiting days now we're waiting seconds and cents. Now it costs 3 to 5 seconds, compared to costing 3 days. And now it costs cents. It might move from a, quote unquote, whatever we're transacting in as far as currency. It might move from $1 to $1.01 compared to moving down to 80 cents, potentially, over those few days that we'd have to wait on the old system. So anyways, that saves, obviously, the big boys a ton of money. And of course, when they want to use the system, it's going to trickle down to us using the system. And we might not see that same savings, but I mean, the whole point is we're not looking for that savings. We're looking for the price, the price increase on these. Anyways, so let's go ahead and start going over what is potentially going to happen. Of course, potential. This does not mean it's gonna. A lot of money and a lot of institutions and a lot of countries are going to need to come together to get this to happen. As far as it coming in the next bull run, over time though, I think by 2025 to 2030, we'll definitely see it. As far as this next bull run, it's up for anyone to say, but let's just see what the potential is. So I just want to go ahead and start off with just the most simple part of it, as far as what kind of price increases we've seen in the past. And in the regular stock market, you see normal price increases over the year. You'd be happy to get 20-30%, unheard of, honestly. But I mean, that would be just the most amazing year we've ever heard of. Normally you're going to see around 4 to 8%, as far as price increases. Over this past few years it's been a bit different, but then again, the markets have been different. Anyways, back to XRP. So we have 1,000% increase here from its low of 0.0058 up to just about 0.05. 1,000% increase. And what do we normally see in the markets? What goes up must come down, and we always see just about a 70 to 85%. There it is, 78%. A 70 to 85% decrease. And then we usually have this long, drawn out sell-off. People still holding on, believing, and of course, all the big dudes who bought back here and bought back here and bought back here are selling to these guys. And then there's a reaccumulation. Here we are right here. It's so obvious, the reaccumulation right here, all throughout here. It's not pushing any farther down because it's just being bought. And then we come over here. We have a little peak. I don't think that's quite a peak, to be honest. But I want you to see something real quick. I want you to see this. It's not a pattern, but just this chart right here. You see this? Back in early 2013, and then selling off into late 2015. So look at this. Look at this chart right there. All right, I want you to see that, because look at that. It's practically exactly the same. Almost exactly the same. I have this mapped out right now. We'll get to that. But what we were looking at, that's at the beginning. That's not where we're at right now. And it has basically exactly the same shape. Almost like it's, it did exactly the same thing. And I want you to notice this real quick as I toggle over. Look at where this is. And this just looks like a massive increase. This looks like our 350-ish area when we're closer to where we are today. And then this looks like our $1.75, $1.50 area. Look at that. Or, well, 330 area. And then our $1.92, not 75. But still, look at that. It's practically exactly the same. So that's a bit trippy. Anyways, so we had our 1,000% increase, 80% decrease, and then a little pump. And then we come over here to where we see our next pump. Let's see what this is looking like. Ah, whoops. All right, let's put this down here with these bad boys. Of our 6 cents up to our high of the 3.95, or I'm sorry, 39 cents. And what is that? Oh, that's an increase of 6,000%. 6,000%. Let that settle in. That's 63 times your money. Whoever got in over here. Let's just make sure we're at the right spot. I don't want to be lying to you guys. No, yeah, we are. We're at the right spot. That is an increase of 6,000%. 63 times your money right there. All right. So we had 1,000% increase. We have a 6,300% increase. I guarantee it's going to be, the drop is going to be the same between a 70-80%. Right there at the edge. Off by 2%. 68%. A drop of 68%. So always take your profits, guys. Always take your profits. All right. But after we have that little run, and it comes down to its 70-80% decrease, always, let's go ahead and see from here. Here's the bottom right here. Lining it up. Can't quite see the top. That's how high it goes. Let's see this bad boy. Here we go. Let's put them in place, and we're at another 1,700% increase. Can we guess what this is? I'm going to guess 70 to 85%. And there we are. There we are. Look at it, like clockwork. It doesn't quit. It's like clockwork, guys. And then here we go. Let's move over a bit. Let's keep moving over. That's our $330 area. We have our second jump. Let's see what this little jump is. Even this little jump is practically 1,000% increase. 976%, but still. And what are we gonna see down here? I'm gonna guess 70 to 80. Yep, 70 to 85% decrease. And here we are today. I mean, what are we gonna see, guys? What are we gonna see in these next few months? In these next few years? Let's just go ahead and map out the small side as far as the 1,000% increases we've seen on these bull runs. So from the bottom, 1,000% increase. We're looking at $4.87. That's what we're looking at. $4.87 from the low, 1,000% increase. All right. We had a 17, 6,000, and then 1,000 before that. I'm pretty sure back here, yeah. But I'm not going to zoom in on that. We had a 6,300% increase. What does a 6,300% increase look like? Not even on the charts. I mean, let's not 6,300%. We're at $27.92. That's insane. Insane. And let's go ahead and just map out what could be the potential fall. Of course, this is being, you know, very, hoping for the best. 80%, we're looking at the $5 range. Even on the bad day, even on the bad day, we're coming back down to $5. Still an insane increase from where it's at today. Basically a 10 times increase. Where we started at, because we were at 47 just like 2-3 days ago, and now we're in the 70s, 71. But still, it's just absolutely incredible. And what we have to take into consideration as well is the fact that this is the first currency, XRP, the first currency to have clarity in the market. And even though it wasn't first, I mean, that's why Bitcoin is where it's at today. It was first. Even though it's not first, it's better. Not everything that comes in first is the best. Bitcoin's definitely not the best. And I'm sure we've heard everything about as far as the fees for transacting on it, and as far as how much energy it takes to run it. Granted, it's still better than regular money, but it's nowhere near the utility value that XRP has. XRP is on another level. Seconds and cents, guys. Seconds and cents. This thing is insane. Of course, it's not going to be the only currency that will be used and traded, but it's definitely, to me at least, one of the best, if not the best. As time goes on, as institutions start to adopt cryptocurrency and start utilizing its value, I mean, the amount of money, like our money is nothing. Our money will push it a few dollars. Institutions' money, countries' money, it's going to push it tens, if not hundreds of dollars over years, of course. That's why I said by 2030, I think we could definitely see insane price of appreciation on XRP, on Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin now. Let's see what this bad boy's doing. All right. So same over here. I just want to go into the price increases it's had. Let's not go too far back. Should we? Should we go too far back? I mean, damn. Let's go back to just to see around the same time that the XRP was having its runs. What kind of price increases this bad boy was having? Where are we? 2014, 13. Yeah, let's go from here. We're in 2013, right? I mean, let's see what's possible, right? Let's see what kind of runs this has had. And every single time before these runs happen, oh, it's impossible. No one's going to adopt this. The amount of money that needs to go in there, it's not going to happen. And it does. And it happens. Every single, 2,000% increase. 2,000% increase, dude. Oh my goodness. Let's see the drop. I say 70-85% every time. I'm going off of this candle because I guarantee it's gonna go there. We got 80, but even over here we got 75. So I mean, even if I'm not gonna go all the way down here, we got the 75% drop. Okay, let's see this guy. Oh, the amount of money that needs to go in here. It's not even being. This is back in 2013. Is everyone using this? No. Did the companies adopt it? Did the countries adopt it? No. Not for everyday use. Not for everyday trade. No. I mean, again, another 1,000% increase. 2,000%. 1,000. What do you guys think this is? Probably 70 to 85%. Let's see. There it is. Like clockwork. I mean, and that's why once you see this go parabolic, where it basically, it's not a staircase, it's just climbing insane practically every single day. Look how many green candles. Let's just focus on that. Look how many green, few red, green, few red, green, one red, green, one red, green. Like it's when you see it doing this, you guys need to be careful. You need to get out as soon as you can, because then, boom. I mean, even just over the next, this is the daily. over the next few days, I mean, it dropped a pretty significant amount. And I know you guys don't want to lose the amount of money you see come into your account. I mean, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see what's possible. Because this is indeed possible. I mean, what do you think that is? And basically, what also happens in the markets is the big boy runs first. Who do you think the big boy is? It's Bitcoin. 3,800% increase. That's 38 times your money. If you got in here, you didn't even have to get in back here. If you got in here in 2016, 38 times your money. I'm sure we already know it's a 70-85% drop. Boom, 70% drop right there. Boom. Let's see, 85. Am I right? Yeah, just about 83% drop. All right, let's see it again. So we already have a thousand. We have a 2,000, and let's see this guy from right here. Oh, 500, 500%. Not quite the same. Definitely slowed down. But I mean, even then, that's 5 times your money. Back here. Back here. Not even having to go years and years and years and years when it had its bull run. And then I'm sure we can all guess what kind of drop it is. Yep, 72%. Anyways, having the yeah, if you can see, I already put the 2,500% increase. I mean, we just went over quite a few, and this is the only one that's pretty low. So being conservative, considering those 3,000, 6,000, 1,000, 2,000, at 25, we're in the 800,000 area. 25 times your money, $800,000 area. I mean, let's go down just to 2,000, instead of 25. We're in the we're in the $640,000 range for Bitcoin. Let's go down to the 1,000 when it had its normal kind of run. We're at $325,000. Still 10 times your money. I mean, and I keep saying times your money. Point is, this is possible. Every single time before it had its run, everyone on the same fucking boat of it's not possible. The amount of money, the amount of people needing to have their eyes on this and trading this, blah 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 blah. I agree. Don't get me wrong. I definitely agree. There's a lot that needs to come into play for this to happen, but then also not a lot needs to come into play for this to happen. I mean, the cryptocurrency market is not the stock market. And that's why it's so hard for us to grasp because it's a whole new market. I mean, in a few years, by 2030, I mean, I think it'll definitely slow down. I don't think we'll be seeing these 1,000, 10,000, or not 10,000, but 1,000, 6,000, 3,000% increases. I don't think we'll see those. I think we'll have a good year of, uh, probably what the stock market sees of maybe 10%. But I don't think we're there yet. And I think the amount of money that is going to flow into the cryptocurrency market will be huge because we're going to start utilizing its utility value of cross-border transactions. You guys have to remember this is what the big boys want. What the company, what the banks that own the world, this is what they want. Because if they send $1 billion to another country to do trade, and they have to wait days, and the forex market moves, and it moves, let's say, against us because it moves in all directions, and that's what they take into account, and it moves against us 5%. They just lost millions and millions and millions of dollars. Like literally, I mean, 5%, of a billion. What's that? $5 million? No, that's $50 million. That's $50 million. Let me see before I just totally make myself look like an idiot. We got a million. We got a billion. 5%. Yep, 50 million. I was right. $50 million. That's how much they lose. All right, now they have to wait seconds and cents. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a whole other world in the next few years. By 2025, I guarantee we'll start seeing it adopted in the banks. It'll become normal to start using it to pay for things. We'll see something, it costs blah blah Bitcoin or XRP, and then, oh, it'll cost this much in dollars. And we won't even really pay attention to it because, it'll all be done over our exchanges. It'll all be done over our banks. We'll just whip out our card and pay for it. But right now, I mean, we're going to see the adoption of a new currency. This is huge. And you guys need to be paying attention. I'm going to keep you guys updated. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day for now. But I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on, what I see across the market, what analysts are talking about, what banks are talking about, what hedge fund managers are talking about. And then also on this channel, like I said, we're going to be talking about all things finances. Besides making the money, you need to keep your money. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. You can make $100,000, but you're done with it and you just pay your full fucking taxes. I mean, you're only bringing in around 70 something. You make $100,000, you're smart with it, you're only paying about 5 to 10% in taxes because you know what to do with it. You know how to divide it. You know where to put it. And that's what I want. I personally want to be doing all of this, and I'm just going to be teaching it to all of you along the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely check back in with smart money moves, and I'll be posting more. You guys have a good one.